Are you an independent musician? How would you like to have your songs played on hundreds of radio stations just like the one you're listening to right now? Join MusicSubmit.com and we'll promote your music to radio stations and blogs in your genre. It's free to set up your account, and we guarantee your music will be considered for airplay by radio stations worldwide. Why not sign up today? It's free. MusicSubmit.com. Radio promotion for indie musicians.
Hello there. This is G.E. Shaw. If you're looking for alternative radio station, something different, something unique, straight, hard, thought-provoking, interactive, talk about all types of social issues, then you might want to check us out. We're sime-mixlr-radio. We are hosted on the Spreaker network. What we do, we bring you the best musicians of the indie world. If you want to hear music such as Candy Rose, the best, or other musicians such as Zana Lawrence, LZB, we have hip-hop, we have rock, country, soul, rap. We bring it all to you from the indie world. It's pure, straight performance of the indie world. Plus, bring you sports, we'll bring you issues impacting every part of our world, globally, locally, domestically. We're all about bringing information and setting a platform for people to call in. If you're looking for a thought-provoking, interactive show, programming, then check it out on Spreaker Network. We're sime-mixlr-radio. If you want to hear more music, like Candy Rose, Zana Lawrence, you need to come and check us out. We are all here for you. We're about you. We're about our fans. We're about people who are looking for a platform to speak, to talk, to bring their own opinion that they feel like it would never be heard anywhere else. This is who we are. We are sime-mixlr-radio. Check us out. You can also check us out on our website, sime.today. This is G.E. Shaw. Check it out, will you?
This is Candy Rose, the best. And this is G.E. Shaw, bringing you sime-mixlr afternoon break.
We're not meant to be. You're with me, but conceited. And soon you'll see, 'cause Lord knows where you go when you're gone in your head when I'm next to you. I see you, but you don't see me, and I go where you go home if I knew how to follow you. Show me. I'm not where you want to be, but I'm the best you see. This hustle alone, you can't see me up, have to smash me down. Our love has taken its toll, right? It's causing to nothing left it to get old. And I can't recall the last time I put a smile on your face. And you don't care if I'm happy, so I'm giving you space. 'Cause love knows where you go when you're gone in your head. When I'm next to you, I see you, but you don't see me. And I go where you go if I knew how to follow you. Show me you lead, but I'm not where you want to be. But I'm the best you see. Hey, yeah, I'm the best. And it got harder and harder to be the one to make this call, be the one to end it all. I kept hoping you'd realize I was the best. I'm the best you ever had. I'm the best you ever had. I'm the best you ever had. And I'm tired, yeah, of trying, yeah. This love is exhausting. I'm calling time. I'm so tired, I'm so tired. 'Cause you'll never realize, you'll never realize I was the best. I'm the best you ever had.
And that was Candy Rose, the best. And the song tells it like it is. How many people out there think about that and bring back memories of maybe a loved one that you had and you let go of? That was Candy Rose, the best. Coming up next is the final promo and third edition of the new show coming out on sime-mixlr-radio. SIME 24/7. Coming soon. Niko Fontaine and the world of the paranormal. Be back in 5 minutes with the third segment of Niko Fontaine. This is Live the Dream, Zayna Lawrence.
Are you an independent musician? How would you like to have your songs played on hundreds of radio stations just like the one you're listening to right now? Join MusicSubmit.com and we'll promote your music to radio stations and blogs in your genre. It's free to set up your account, and we guarantee your music will be considered for airplay by radio stations worldwide. Why not sign up today? It's free. MusicSubmit.com. Radio promotion for indie musicians.
My name is Niko Fontaine, and what I'm about to tell you is probably going to sound a little strange. You have been warned. Welcome to Ghosts, Etc.
And now, part 3. Niko Fontaine, the world of the paranormal, coming soon.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ghosts, Etc. My name is Niko Fontaine, your resident ghost guru. Today's episode is going to be strictly surrounding the ghost hunting glossary. Yeah, that's right. The terms and fancy words that we use to describe the amazingly awesome job that we do. Excuse me while I take a drink of my Red Bull. It is freaking late. Alright, so today's episode, like I said, is going to be surrounding paranormal terminology. It's kind of a long list. I try to go down as fast but as accurate as possible when talking about these words. So without further ado, man, let's just jump into it. So this is, of course, paranormal terms that we use during paranormal investigations. First word is going to be the afterlife. Now, we steer clear of religious stuff as much as possible because it just opens up too much questions and too much, pushback from the religious community, which is fine. I mean, you believe what you believe. I'm just trying to put some science behind it. I'm trying to prove some stuff here. So, when we refer to the afterlife, we're simply just referring to life after death. Very generic, very clean, smooth, nothing crazy. Our next word's an anomaly, so that's basically something that can't be explained. An event, anything that you just have no logical explanation for, that we consider an anomaly. Next word on the list, an apparition. So an apparition is any ghost that seems to have a physical substance, whether it be visual, auditory, or tactile. And again, apparitions are usually ghosts, which a ghost is defined to be a spirit of something living, or that was once living, rather, whether it be human or an animal. Next word on the list is a clearing. A clearing or a cleansing is essentially getting rid of ghostly activity in a specific location. This is to be done by a medium or a psychic, most commonly. So the next word on our list, cold spots. Now, pretty self-explanatory. Essentially, a cold spot is an area of cool air found in a haunted location. Now, when we're measuring for this, 1 or 2 degrees doesn't really mean much. I mean, we are obviously entering a room. We are bringing in our body heat, which could alter the overall room's temperature. So it has to go up drastically or down drastically. I'm talking about maybe between 7 to 10 degrees. That's what you want to do. Next word, fun word, ectoplasm. Makes you think of Ghostbusters every time. Fantastic movie. Very on the ball when it comes to ghost hunting. I'm going to have a whole episode on that. A future episode on that. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, ectoplasm is a substance thought to be emitted by spirits or from mediums communicating with the spirit world. So some remnant left behind after the visitation from the spirit or paranormal entity. Next word, EMF, which stands for electromagnetic field and or electromagnetic frequency. So it's a combination of electrical and magnetic fields that are commonly measured as part of a ghost hunting process. So we use meters called EMF detectors, or an EMF meter, which measures the frequency or the intensity of said frequency in a measurement known as Gauss or milligauss, or Gauss. I don't know the exact pronunciation of that word, but everything around you that has electrical current emits a EMF reading, including ourselves. We have a very low, nearly undetectable level of electrical current, but it does exist. I mean, it's the little surges that make your heart pump, and the little electronic signals to your brain all have some sort of EMF. That being said, before we ever go on a hunt or an investigation, we make sure to disable anything that could essentially cause a false reading. So false readings could be caused by, being too close to a breaker box. That's high levels of electricity. I mean, let's just break it down. Everything in your house, parts of your house, lights, light fixtures, sockets, outlets, the microwave, your television, fans, everything electronic emits a level of electromagnetic frequency. We eliminate all of that so that if we have any data that we capture, we can be sure that it wasn't caused by a false reading. Moving along, entity. Entity is a term I use quite a bit, but essentially it's any being, including people or ghosts. We are entities. They are entities. I just use this term because I don't want to say this is a ghost. And it wasn't a ghost. It was a poltergeist, which is a totally different thing. Or it's a demon. It's a totally different thing from a ghost. So paranormal entity is a very generic term, essentially saying that guy over there. You know what I mean? Like, it's very straightforward. Epicenter. A person or persons that a poltergeist or a haunting tend to focus on. So paranormal phenomena usually increases when the epicenter is present. So, a paranormal, phenomena can increase when the poltergeist or a haunting in general finds a target. And I've experienced this myself. I am an ordained minister, like a church ordained minister. Ever since I did that, I've become an epicenter at some of our investigations. Things just tend to come to me. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting experience to be the magnet for ghosts. It's kind of weird. Anyways, moving along, EVP or electronic voice phenomena. It's an act of capturing and recording disembodied voices and sounds. Now, the word disembodied voices essentially means a place of no origin. You don't know where the voice came from. That being said, you could witness a apparition and capture an EVP from that apparition. So the EVP could be captured at any point during your investigation. Next word is exorcism. So an exorcism, I know you've seen the movie, all the movies about it, but it's basically ridding a person or a location of evil spirits, usually class 4 demonics, by using religious rites. Something you shouldn't do. Don't do this yourself. It is professionals, and you may cause more damage than good. So you don't know about it, don't fuck with it, move along. Identify what it is if you can. If you can't identify what it is and it seems way out of your league, you should probably contact somebody else. Next word is a ghost. I went over this, I believe, in our classes, but a ghost is a sentient entity or a spirit that visits or lingers in our world after death. It is defined by the spirit of something that was once living. A human, an animal. Those are ghosts. That's what we define as ghosts. Alright, paranormal investigators or ghost hunters. People who investigate hauntings to find explanations for possible paranormal phenomena involved. Like moi. It's what I do. It's what I love to do. I don't do it for profit. I do it for knowledge. I do it for science. I'm very proud to say I am a ghost hunter. Next word, ghost lights. This is fun. So mysterious lights seen at a distance, usually appearing as like blue or like yellowish spheres, which can appear to blink. Again, eliminate the possibility for false readings, cutting all the power off in the house, there shouldn't be any lights blinking, right? That gives you solid data, solid evidence that you can use for your investigation. All right, next term, haunting or haunted, just describes a location where there appears to be a significant paranormal activity. Often includes a combination of cold spots, apparitions, missing objects, and other repeated phenomena witnessed by several people, which leads to the location getting the reputation of being haunted. Next word is manifestation. It's the tactile, auditory, or visual signs of a haunting. Pretty self-explanatory, you know. Did you feel something? Did you hear something? Did you see something? That is unexplainable. That is essentially what a manifestation is. A medium is someone who communicates with ghosts and the other side. Some people say they're also psychics. Psychic term, I hate to use that term. I think crystal ball at the table. You know, I feel like it's more respectful to refer to them as mediums. That's just me. I'm a respectful kind of guy. I'm not trying to start any beef with anyone who speaks with ghosts. Just saying. Doesn't sound like a good time for me. Next one is orbs. Orbs are spheres of translucent light, often whitish or pastel colored. And they usually appear in like photographs, some video as well. Many investigators believe them to represent the spirits of ghosts, or spirits or ghosts rather. This is kind of a double-edged kind of idea, because orbs could also, you know, with all the devices we use, you know, the night vision, you know, cameras and stuff like that, you know, a speck of dust could appear to be an orb, and in fact it's just a speck of dust or a bug flying around. So when I look at that footage and review that footage, I'm not looking for the explainable orb. I'm looking for the one that's like, why the hell is it flying left, right, up, down, like really weird, you know, abnormal patterns. And then I document those. Again, if you get it in a photograph, it's really hard. Especially, I mean, these places we investigate are old and dusty and broken down, so dust is everywhere. And as we're shuffling around, we're kicking up more dust, so it's like, in a picture, it's really hard. Video, you can decipher between it. Again, looking for the abnormal motions of those orbs. Next word is paranormal. Pretty straightforward. Anything outside the realm and experiences that we can call normal. So often used to describe ghosts, UFOs, and other phenomena that defy the traditional scientific explanation. You know, though we try to lend a scientific answer or response to it, there's still this little bit of like, you know, it's not considered to be a normal thing. So we really battle with that. I mean, I try to use a scientific method for every investigation, and you know, when I come up with something that's quote unquote unexplainable, that is a success for me. But then when I try to show somebody or try to explain it to somebody, it's again unexplainable. So it's weird. It's kind of a double edge for us there, in that particular thing. Physical manipulation, man, or you know, like telekinesis and things like this. Is when an object of some sort is thought to be moved or physically altered by a ghost or spirit, such as lights going off and on, objects moving, you know, all without any human interaction. I've had chairs slide, I've had books fall off shelves, picture frames drop. You know, we sometimes introduce things called tokens, which are just little things that we can place out for the ghost to communicate with, to manipulate, make a ball roll, make a pencil, you know, do this, wiggle a piece of paper, just the different types of things. Again, we call those tokens. All right, a poltergeist is our next word. Poltergeist is a spirit who makes noise or plays pranks, often thought to center around specific individuals, and perhaps not ghosts at all, but rather a form of latent telekinetic ability. I hope that makes sense. So, like, the poltergeist might actually be the effect of someone who has latent telekinetic abilities. So essentially creating their own manipulation. Like they're basically haunting themselves. That's very few and far between. Poltergeists are also known to just be like those type of ghosts that are just like, I mean, they're not ghosts. Type of spirits that just like to play around and be mischievous. That's the word I was looking for. They're mischievous. So, yeah, that's a poltergeist. Portal, or a doorway through which a spirit can enter and exit. Portals are small, momentary doorways where a spirit can enter our world or exit to cross over. A larger version of a portal is called a vortex. That is a massive, just like spiraling whirlwind of paranormal activity. I have yet to witness one of those. I do have a friend of mine who's gone on a hunt, and the location he was at contained a vortex. It's nothing really visual that you can see. It's not like a giant spinning thing. It's just we try to envision it as like a cyclone of spirits, essentially. Possession, pretty straightforward. When a person or an inanimate object, like a doll or a box or something of sentimental value is taken over by a spirit or a ghost. I've seen the doll type stuff. You're thinking like Annabelle, stuff like that. That's considered to be a possession. Primary reading. So every time we go to a place, we take initial measurements. Like we sit down and we interview, the caretaker of the facility that we're going to be investigating, and we get as much information from them as possible. Where, when, what's going on, and then we take initial readings during the day. We walk around with our meters and see if whatever EMF detectors we're getting, and if we're getting any EMF spikes, if we're getting any EVPs, or if we're getting any cold spots. Then we come back at night when cutting the breaker off and eliminating power and see if there's a variation, a drastic variation. But always take primary readings. It is very important because you have to have something to bounce your information off of. So you have to compare it to something, and that primary reading does just that. Alright, next one, residual energy or residual haunting. This is when emotionally charged events leave an imprint or like an energy residue on nearby objects and locations. So residual energy or hauntings will often repeat a specific event from the past over and over, as if on a constant, such as the same footsteps walking down a hallway on Thursday at 2 o'clock, like very specific stuff like that. Next word is a revenant. A revenant is a ghost that only comes back a few times after death. Usually that's the quote-unquote unfinished business ghost. Had a message to pass along, wanted to get one last goodbye, wanted to, and then they eventually cross over. Next one is a spirit. Just the term spirit is Latin, which means that which breathes. So essentially it's described as the consciousness or the soul of an individual. In the ghost hunting context, this refers to the soul of an individual who has passed on and continues to be observed in an area. So, essentially their ghost is the spirit or the soul left over from a previously living individual or animal. Dude, spiritualism, man, we study this all day. We are spiritualists. It's a belief in the spirit world and or the ability to communicate with ghosts of the dead. Yes, all day. We try to get as close to that as humanly possible. And last word is going to be telepathy. The process by which a mind can communicate directly with another without using normal physical interaction or ordinary sensory perception. Telepathy is usually or interaction. Alright, I think that's going to sum up our list for this evening. If you guys have any other questions or want to know more, if there's any terms that I may have left out, I mean, there's a lot of terms, and I'm sure I'll go over them as I share more stories with you guys and as they come up. But if you do have any suggestions for future episodes, any messages you want to get to us, Any comments, any complaints, whatever, you can call us up. We went ahead and set up a phone number for this. You can call or text us. The phone number for that, again, is 253-271-4420. Again, 253-271-4420. That number is also going to be available in the description for our podcast. So make sure you hit us up, man. We want to hear your messages, your ghost stories. We want to hear your interactions with the world of the paranormal. You know, tell us your tales. And even if you want to be on our show, we can kind of make that happen as well. Just reach out to us again. We're also now available on iTunes and Pocket Cast, so make sure to subscribe. If you are on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. We're trying to get our podcast up to the top so other people can enjoy the paranormal experience. Other than that, guys, I really appreciate you guys listening in and tuning in today. My name again is Niko Fontaine, and you have been listening to Ghosts, Etc.
And that was Niko Fontaine, Part 3 of the World of Paranormal, which will be airing on sime-mixlr-radio 24/7, and it's coming soon. I had a chance to talk to the guy. For somebody that's supposedly an expert in the field, he's very passionate, knowledgeable, and I actually enjoy what he had to say. So, I'm waiting to hear more from him, talk about a lot of different things. We'll also be looking at different shows that are out there, whether fake or real or just for entertainment. What's real, what's not. Talk about some of the things that causes certain entities to actually exist. So, we're going to be talking to him. We're going to be getting all the way deep into the detail and the differences between supernatural, theology, paranormal activity, circular environments. We're going to talk about all that. This is G.E. Shaw, and this is the afternoon break on SIME-mixlr, the new radio 24/7. We'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes with more updates and news and around the world. As far as this weekend, in the local area, Tacoma, Pierce County, Seattle, Memorial weekend, looks to be pretty good with the weather anywhere between 70 and 75 degrees. Enjoy it. Don't burn down nothing. And just have a good weekend. This is G.E. Shaw. Be back in 10. This is A.J. Smooth. Come on, girl.
Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Be mine, and I will do anything for you. Come on, girl. Be mine. I will do anything for you. You will too. Once you feel my groove, and I will be. You will see your morning shine. Your morning shine. Come on, girl. Be my world and let me in your life. I love your walk and the way you talk. Come on, girl, be mine. Come on, girl, come on, girl. Come on, girl, girl. Come on, girl, won't you love and be mine, be mine. And I will do anything for you, for you. Come on, girl, be mine, mine. Love is blind, will last your mind. Grown ass man, gonna hold your hand. The world can see we are here. want you to me. They want you to me. Come on, girl. Come on. Open your world. Don't you waste my time. Said I love your smell and your fancy nails. So come on, girl, be mine. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Girl. Come on, girl. Won't you love and be mine? Mine. And I will do anything for you. Come on, girl, be mine. Ba-da-ba, be mine. Ba-da-ba-da. Come on, girl, be mine. Mine. Ba-da-ba, be mine. Sada-sada, sada. Come on, girl. Sada-sada, sada. Girl, be mine. Mine. Come on, girl.
Was hello testimony love, trials and tribulations love, ay. Mary go around, both feet on the ground. Tori, no respiratory sound. I want to breathe again. Provoke, believe me choking. Slap off what I'm holding. Can't say that I'm coping. I want to breathe again. Take my breath away. You take my breath away. You take my breath away. You take my breath away. I want to breathe again. Victory or defeat, slowing down my speed. Please bring close the rainbow so I can breathe again. Cue me on the beat, set it on repeat. Metronome, my angel, so I can breathe again. Keep rolling, for I am playing lead. Please say you'll be faithful so I can breathe again. Slice me up a pie, blowing rings up in the sky. If they ask me why, so I can breathe again. Take my breath away. You take my breath away. You take my breath away. You take my breath away. I want to breathe again. Best believe this fantasy's alive. It is not make believe. A heart is moisturized, don't need no Maybelline. Cupid gunned me down like they did Kennedy. Othello does the Mona love.
Where have you gone? We were once as one, like a familiar melody, with the right harmony. But then you went away, said you'd be back someday so we would be in tune, just like a summer moon. I know you'll want me back, but your promises go flat, and we'll be out of key, just like I knew we would be. It wasn't long ago we were dancing in the park, cheek to cheek, hand to hand. You always made me smile, but then you went away, said you'd be back someday so we would be in tune, just like a summer moon. I know you'll want me back, but your promises go flat, and we'll be out of key, just like I knew we would be. And here we go again, on that merry-go-round that we call love. We go up and down, round and round. We don't know which way is up or which way is down. And here we go again, on that merry-go-round that we call love. We go up and down, round and round. We don't know which way is up or which way is down. Where have you gone? We were once as one, like a familiar melody, with the right harmony. But then you went away, said you'd be back someday so we would be in tune, just like a summer moon. I know you'll want me back, but your promises go flat, and we'll be out of key, just like I knew we would be. And here we go again, on that merry-go-round that we call don't know which way is up or which way is down.
And that was Karma. Here we go again. And we'll be back with more music in a little bit. This is G.E. Shaw, and this is the afternoon break on sime-mixlr-radio 24/7. And just in, I know it's going to be redundant, repetitive, deja vu, whatever way you want to look at it. But here we go. Just in, law enforcement agents have sealed off part of an upscale neighborhood in the suburban area of Indianapolis, Noblesville, Indiana, where reported another school shooting, this time involving one student and a teacher who were injured. Not sure if there's any fatalities there, but a student and teacher were injured in this shooting. Also, reporting from the Washington Post, a national cable show didn't even air the Friday media briefing about the latest school shooting. According to the Washington Post, the attack in Noblesville, Indiana was the third, which is correct, the third shooting in less than a week, or in the span of a week. And I guess, according to the Washington Post and what they're saying about one of the national cable news syndicate stations was, since it was only involving two individuals, and they're injured, and it doesn't seem like there's any fatalities right now to report, it wasn't, I guess, worth reporting. And they went on to say, yeah, right? Well, no, I agree with them. That's wrong, and so many different degrees of wrong. Anytime you take the life or attempt the life of a youth, this is our generation. These are our offspring. These are the individuals who's supposed to carry us into the future. And speaking as a parent, not just broadcasting news or hosting this show, there's something seriously wrong with that. And like I said, and that was reported, that's the third time a shooting in a school in less than a week. And here's the thing. These shootings aren't centralized. They're occurring, all over the country. You know, Florida. There was one in Chicago, Illinois. This was in Indianapolis, in Indiana. And these are not just taking place in what we used to always say, centralized metropolitan areas. Better yet, the inner city. These are happening in suburban, elitist areas, rich areas, places that we look at as so sophisticated. So, here's the problem. We need to work on this, people. We need to get it fixed. Do I have the answers? No. But the so-called experts out there say they do. So, let's see what they do. Me personally, I think talking is over with. I think it's time to find some solutions from the so-called people in power. Whether that be the governor, the mayor, the military, the people who are bringing in the guns, exporting them, importing them. We need to deal with it. So, on other fronts, gas prices are skyrocketing. According to the latest economics, gas prices are up 31% from last Memorial Day. So, if you plan on doing any vacationing, it's going to hit the pockets. And it might hit your pockets pretty hard, depending on what type of traveling, what type of vacationing you like to do. Outside of that, one more thing. Don't forget, 5:30 Pacific. I guess that would be 7:30 Central, 8:30 on the Eastern time zone. The finals in the Eastern Conference continues. This is live or die for the Cavaliers, who are down 3-2 to the Celtics. They're playing in Cleveland, so all you fans out there in Cleveland, you better come and show up, because it looks like your people are going to need it. This has been, to me, an interesting NBA season, playoffs, because if you was to say in the near back, I don't know what, before the playoffs started, everybody looked at Warriors, the Warriors, and rightfully so, as the perennial favorites. And a lot of people wanted to see the Cavs again, LeBron James versus Steph and Durant. But there's some things that's going on that's, I kind of actually anticipated it to a certain degree, but not to this level. The Warriors are in a serious fight, live and die type fight with the Houston Rockets. And if it wasn't so prevalent than it was yesterday, when James Harden, the perennial MVP, nominated, big-time player, scorer, struggled, and the Rockets still showed their poise, stamina, and mental stability to overcome and take out the Warriors in a close one. Could it be a Celtic Warriors? A Celtic Rockets NBA Finals. How would the NBA, the audience, the fans around the country react to that? It's a possibility. Will the ratings go skyrocketing, or will it make a downward spiral? Well, let's not get over thinking this or get beyond it. Hey, there's games still to be played. This is G.E. Shaw. And be back. This is Take My Breath Away.
Hello, testimony, love. Trials and tribulations, love. Hey. Mary, go around.
And up next, Shallow Water with Papa Sam.
Both feet on the ground.
We're going to throw a little Facebook love.
Sound. I want to breathe again. Provoke, believe me, choking. Slap off what I'm holding. Can't say that I'm coping. I want to breathe again. Take my breath away. You take my breath away. You take my breath away. You take my breath away. I want to breathe again. victory or defeat. Slowing down my speed. Please bring close to the rainbow so I can breathe again. Cue me on the beat. Set it on repeat. Metronome, my angel, so I can breathe again. Keep rolling, for I am playing lead. Please say you'll be faithful, so I can breathe again. Slice me up a pie, blowing rings up in the sky. If they ask me why, so I can breathe again. Take my breath away. You take my breath away. You take my breath away. You take my breath away. I want to breathe again. Best believe this fantasy's alive. It is not make-believe. A heart is moisturized, don't need no Maybelline. Cupid gunned me down like they did Kennedy. Othello does the monologue.
Time. Still you look at me like everything's alright. You said you'd go your own way to feed your appetite. Well, don't come crawling back my way, because I'm off to a better life. You said all the life that I offered, you'd rather drown in the shallow waters than try. Baby, don't cry to me. Try to pull me under, 'cause I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. Maybe it's time to see all the things you've done to me, 'cause I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. You thought that you could do better than me. You know I'm standing tall, I'm feeling just fine without you. You said all the life that I offered, you'd rather drown in the shallow waters than try. Baby, don't cry to me. Try to pull me under. I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. It's time to see all the things you've done to me. I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. That I offered, you'd rather drown in the shallow waters than try. Baby, don't cry to me. Try to pull me under, 'cause I don't wanna drown in your shallow. Baby, don't cry to me. Try to pull me under, 'cause I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. Maybe it's time to see all the things you've done to me, 'cause I don't wanna drown in your shallow water. I don't wanna drown in
Shawty, I'ma take this picture of you. It's gonna be Facebook Live. Arista Records, CK, Facebook Love. Shawty, I'ma take this picture of you. It's gonna be Facebook Live. Shawty, I'ma take this picture of you. It's gonna be Facebook Live. I'm on Facebook and it's top late. My baby got me number 1 on the top 8. It's computer love, real money hate. It's just Facebook freaks trying to find a date. We up all night having cyber sex. She check, I check, though we never met. She said she wanna explode me like the internet. It's like an orgasm every time she send a text. She likes to download, CK songs, putting her in a ringtone. She even got my screensaver on her iPhone. I get more in the T in the end zone. We gone back before sending email. She a bitch, so I hit her on the Gmail. She got the things that got me writing LOL. It feel like chemistry, feeling like so strong. Shawty, I'ma take this picture of you. It's gonna be Facebook Live. Shawty, I'ma take this picture of you.
Alright, yo.
It's gonna be Facebook Live.
Mokere don't trust Facebook guys on girl away. Why you late? One plus ya obey your waste. Most of my reply which I obey you need a day. When you box him or do your way, mommy, Muhuna would da. So who you nika, and I mean you will be she had the minu will be can. Tag him post him not like him pictures. Free, right on my wall. Shawadi be no kumana do mini skirt. Obey catch ram when any will seem stress. Watch check him with the Maya one or local class. 5:30 or baba back. Then the yanko for around on the man. What I did be chamo 101 boof.
Shawty, I'ma take this picture of you. It's gonna be Facebook Live. Shawty, I'ma take this picture of you. It's gonna be Facebook Live.
I told you about a guy who ain't never need a reason to take a life overnight just to cope with his demons.
And
posted up on the block
right this afternoon.
Back in heat like the winter cause the homie never freezes.
Radio 24/7.
Every day is a fight for his rights and his freedom.
Back later on tonight.
He wanna leave but he can't cause he know his niggas leaving.
sime-mixlr-radio.
Not a fan of his pops cause a nigga always leave.
Have a good afternoon.
And if worse come to worse, he gon' leave his mama grieving.
Honey Padre.
See, homie ain't a punk, but it's obvious how he's in fear of the here and now, so take a bow. You the reason why he won't wake up now, to the shots ringing out in the middle of the night, as the soul takes flight to a much better place where everything's alright. They say God will give no man more than he can bear, and that he works in mysterious ways. You see, he comes from a place where his demons visit him on the regular. Whether violent or secular, at a moment's notice, a trigger-happy heathen is the reason he's no longer breathing, if you let the media paint that picture. His roads have never been paved unless one straight to his grave, and the captivity of negativity that consumes him is deeply rooted within. The same lies that were told to him, he's now preaching to them. He was told his future's bright, but now the light's gotten quite dim. Long nights and short days, new whips but the same slaves. I'm not the greatest at spelling, but I was taught that you can't spell community without unity, and quite frankly, that still stands true to this day. Nevertheless, he needs more, a product of his environment, rich in the world, but spiritually he's poor. It's like his demons need him, and he needs them to survive. Physically and mentally deprived, the lack of love teaches him that everyone's a snake in disguise. It's time to open your eyes and realize that we can't do this without one another. Put the guns down, Chicago. Peace. From here to the Middle East.